Hello, everyone. Welcome back to today's story. In this episode, after months of silent longing, quiet sacrifices, and growing attachment to baby Henry, Alex finally gathers the courage to take the first real step toward the future he's been dreaming of. With Jhon's support and encouragement, Alex realizes it's time to stop hesitating and start fighting for the family he wants. What begins as a simple visit to the farm soon turns into a life-changing confession, one that pulls every buried emotion straight to the surface. Stay until the end, because Alex's sincerity tonight will challenge every fear in Tuna's heart and open a new chapter for all three of them. And don't forget to subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Your support means the world to us. The late afternoon sun slants into the small corner cafe, painting everything in soft amber. The air hums with low music and the gentle clink of ceramic cups. Yet at the table tucked near the window, there's a heaviness, one that sits between two men who've known each other long enough to read the meaning behind silence. Alex leans forward, fingers woven tightly as if holding himself together. His voice comes out low, almost breaking. "Thank you, Jhon. Without you, I'd be done for." Jhon lets out a quiet chuckle, shaking his head like it's nothing. He reaches over and gives Alex a firm pat on the shoulder. "Friends don't keep score," he replies, but the look in his eyes says he's been watching Alex carry too much alone for too long. For a moment, the world goes still. Alex swallows, eyes fixed on the ripples in his coffee. Then, with a tremor running through his voice, he admits the thing he's been holding in his chest for months. "I love Tuna, and little Henry too." Jhon's eyebrows lift, but he doesn't look surprised, more like he's finally hearing the truth he already sensed. Alex breathes in hard, lifting his head. His eyes are red, yet determined, steady in their pain and longing. "She's divorced," he continues. "She has a child, but I don't care. I want to make it up to her. I want to marry her. I want to throw the grandest wedding, the kind that shuts every mouth that ever looked down on her." The cafe music fades into the background. The chatting customers feel miles away. Between these two men, there is only sincerity, loud and raw. Jhon goes quiet for several seconds, his gaze softening with each passing moment. He sees Alex trembling, not out of fear, but out of love, so intense it's almost unbearable. Finally, he nods slowly. "You're a real man, Alex." It's not a loud compliment. It doesn't need to be. It lands heavy, like a stamp of approval from someone Alex deeply trusts. For a while, they say nothing. The sun outside sinks lower, flooding the table with warm gold. Alex's hand clenches around his coffee cup, not for warmth, but because clutching it feels like gripping the future he's finally brave enough to chase. And just like that, the moment passes. Alex stands with newfound resolve, thanks Jhon again, and with one last pat on the back from his friend, he heads straight for his car. The engine roars to life. The wheels spin dust off the red dirt road, and Alex flies toward the farm, toward the woman who's been both his calm and his storm. Inside the car, the only thing louder than the wind is the frantic beating of his heart. It's a rhythm that's been building for months, ever since Tuna first opened her door with sleepy eyes and a shy smile. The kind of rhythm that could drive a man to cross oceans if he needed to. When he finally reaches the farm, he jumps out even before the engine fully settles. His eyes sweep the open space like a man searching for home, and it takes mere seconds to find her. Under the leafy canopy near the small storage shed, Tuna is crouched beside a large tub of kimchi, mixing red chili paste with practiced hands. Her hair is tied high, tendrils escaping along her neck. Sweat glistens on her forehead, catching sunlight like beads of gold. She has no idea someone is watching her with his entire heart in his eyes. Alex stands frozen for a few seconds, breath locked in his lungs. How can someone look this radiant doing something so simple? How can just seeing her working like this undo him completely? He finally steps forward, voice cracking softly. "Tuna." She gasps lightly and turns. The moment her eyes find him, her entire face brightens as if the sun just rose twice in one day. Alex's own smile stretches without him even realizing. They walk toward each other, though neither seems aware of their feet moving. The space between them dissolves into warm, sweet air. All the fatigue from her long morning, all his worries about money and future plans, they evaporate at the sight of the other. Kneeling beside the oversized kimchi tub, Alex rolls up his sleeves and scoops a handful of the bright red chili paste. His movements are clumsy, almost silly, but endearing in the most heart-twisting way. Tuna laughs when he splatters it onto his own shirt. "Let me do it," she says, reaching out instinctively. Her fingers graze his chest as she tries to wipe the stain, and both freeze for a second. The accidental touch feels intentional. Too warm, too electric. Their eyes meet, and the moment breaks into laughter before either can get lost in it. Alex takes a small piece of the mixture and pops it into his mouth. His eyes widen dramatically. "God, this is good. And you've been hiding it from me?" Her cheeks flush pink. "I'm not hiding it." He grabs another piece and holds it to her lips, almost bossily. "Taste it." She does, and for one quiet second, they are so close he can feel the breath she exhales after tasting her own creation. "It's really good," he says, as if announcing something the world needs to hear. "Take this to the market tomorrow. Stop working yourself to death picking fruit in the heat. You're way better at cooking than you think." Tuna lowers her gaze, her heart fluttering with emotions she has tried to suppress for months. No one has ever told her she deserves easier days. No one has ever cared enough to imagine a gentler life for her. But Alex looks like he's imagining exactly that right now. He reaches for her hand, slowly, carefully, but firmly enough that she knows he means every word. "I mean it, Tuna. You deserve softer mornings. You deserve more than this hard life." His eyes hold hers, deep enough to feel like a promise he's carving into his own soul. When they finish sealing the kimchi jar, their hands brush again. They stand at the same time, bump shoulders, then laugh like two kids caught sharing a secret. It's light. It's sweet. It's the kind of moment that fills the heart with reckless hope. "Let's go get Henry," Alex says suddenly, taking her hand naturally, like he's done it 1,000 times. She doesn't pull away. The drive back is slow, deliberate, as if neither wants the moment to end. The windows are down, the wind carrying the smell of earth and fresh leaves. Alex glances at her, voice softer than the breeze. My work is finally settling. The only thing missing is you and Henry beside me every day. Tuna's throat tightens. She doesn't trust her voice, so she only nods and gently intertwines her fingers with his. Outside, the sunset burns crimson across the sky. Inside the car, three souls quietly weave themselves into something that looks dangerously close to a real family. No vows, no papers, just love, sincere enough to stitch every crack life has left behind. Evening settles softly over the farm, painting the sky in shades of lavender and gold. Birds return to their nests. The breeze cools, and the narrow dirt path leading to Tuna's small house glows under the last traces of daylight. Alex walks beside her, Henry resting comfortably on her hip, his tiny hand reaching for Alex's sleeve every few steps, as if already claiming him as part of their world. Jhon's words echo in Alex's mind. You're a real man, Alex, but tonight, he needs to go beyond being a real man. He needs to become the man worthy of Tuna's trust. Inside the house, the familiar scent of lemongrass soup lingers in the air. Alex takes Henry from her arms with ease, bouncing him gently until the baby giggles. Tuna watches them, her heart blooming in ways she tries not to show. The sight of Alex holding her child, carefully, lovingly, sends a warmth through her chest that she's tried to deny for too long. Alex sets Henry into his small crib, tucks the blanket around him, and whispers, "Be good for mommy, okay?" Henry gurgles in response, already drifting off to sleep. When Alex turns around, Tuna is staring at him, not in confusion, not in doubt, but with tenderness she can't hide anymore. But before either speaks, the house phone rings. Sharp, distracting, breaking the spell. Tuna answers it. On the other side is someone from the local market, asking whether she's bringing her vegetables tomorrow. She hesitates, glancing at Alex. Alex steps closer, lowering his voice. Tell them you're bringing kimchi instead. I'll go early and set up the stall with you. She repeats his words softly into the phone. When she hangs up, she looks at him, uncertain. Are you sure? You don't need to help me like that. Alex laughs. I don't need to. I want to. The night grows deeper, full of crickets and gentle wind. The kitchen light flickers warm against the wooden walls. They sit together on the porch steps, knees almost touching, watching fireflies drift over the field. For a moment, neither speaks. Then Alex exhales, steadying himself. Tuna, I came today because I need to tell you something important. Her heart jumps in her chest. What is it? Jhon helped me with something. He rubs his palms on his jeans, suddenly nervous. She tilts her head, curious. Helped you with what? He looks at her, really looks, like he's memorizing her face in this exact moment. Helped me plan how to ask you to marry me. The world stops. The crickets hush. The fireflies blur. The porch feels too small for the pounding in her heart. Her lips part. No sound comes out. She blinks, stunned, unsure whether she heard him correctly. Alex continues, voice trembling with sincerity. I know you've been hurt. I know life hasn't been easy. You've been carrying everything alone, raising Henry, running the farm, working yourself to exhaustion, and you still wake up every day, and give the world more kindness than it deserves. He takes a breath, one hand reaching gently for hers. I don't want you to carry it alone anymore. Her fingers tremble in his. Alex, He shakes his head softly. Wait, let me finish. The porch light catches the quiet desperation in his eyes. I don't want to be a visitor in your life. I want to be part of your family. I want to be the man Henry calls Dad. I want to wake up next to you, help you harvest fruit, cook breakfast, argue about what to plant next season. Everything. I want all of it. Her heart shoots upward, then plunges painfully, remembering all her wounds, all her fears. Alex, you know my past. You know I'm divorced. I know. You know people in town talk about me. I know. You know I have nothing to offer except hard work and a child who needs more love than I can give alone. Alex squeezes her hand, eyes glistening. And that's why I love you. She gasps. The tears she's been holding back finally rise. He shifts onto one knee, not fully kneeling, not yet proposing with a ring, but enough to show his sincerity in the dim glow of the porch light. Tuna, he whispers, you're the strongest woman I've ever met, and the kindest. I don't care about your past. I don't care what people say. I care about you and Henry and the home I want to build with both of you. Her breath shudders. Alex, don't say things you'll regret. I won't, he says firmly. I've thought about this every day. And Jhon, he told me not to hesitate anymore. He said if I love you, I need to show you. So I am. She covers her mouth with her free hand, tears sliding silently down her cheeks. Alex reaches into his pocket and pulls out something small, wrapped in tissue paper. He opens it slowly. Inside is a simple silver ring. No diamonds, no gemstones, just a clean, beautiful band. This is all I can afford right now, he says, voice cracking. But one day, I'll give you a wedding that makes the whole town shut up. I promise. Tuna sobs softly, shaking her head. I don't need anything grand, Alex. He smiles, eyes softening. I know, but I want to do it, because you deserve the best. She stares at the ring, small, humble, perfect in its sincerity, and then looks up at him, wiping tears from her chin. Alex, I'm scared. He leans in closer, thumb gently brushing her cheek. Then let's be scared together. Her shoulders shake as more tears fall. Tears of relief, fear, love, everything tangled into one overwhelming moment. He holds the ring closer. Tuna, marry me. She closes her eyes, releasing a trembling breath. When she opens them, her answer is soft, but unmistakably real. Yes. Alex lets out a breath he didn't know he'd been holding. His smile breaks wide, happier, freer, more radiant than she has ever seen. He slides the ring onto her finger, hands shaking with joy. She laughs and cries at the same time, leaning into his chest, arms wrapping around him as if holding on to the future itself. He holds her just as tightly. In the quiet night, under the glow of a single porch bulb, two lives and one tiny child's future weave together into a single, unshakable promise. Tuna pulls back slightly, whispering, "We have to tell Henry." Alex chuckles softly. He already knows. He's the one who pushed me over the edge today. She laughs, wiping her cheeks. He can't even talk yet. Exactly, Alex teases. That's how I know he approved without arguing. They laugh again, warm and breathless, leaning into each other as the night deepens.